Hey, welcome. I know this is kind of new. This is a little different. But I started this project a few days ago, and I thought it would be kind of cool to document it, show a little bit of the process of it, because, this is content that I enjoy. This is content that's got me into this game. I've played Planet Coaster for well over 6, 7, 8 years now. 6, 7. I'm gonna stop. I've played this game for a long time. This game is very much a passion for me. So I thought, why not go ahead and try to throw my hat in the ring, do my own little series. I don't expect this to go anywhere per se. Maybe a few episodes here or there whenever I make progress. Don't expect this to be consistent or anything. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll start uploading more. Maybe this is what revives my channel. But what is this? Well, this is Phantom Park. I kind of got inspired by watching Mineral's video on Silver Sands, I believe is what it is. It's a roadside Las Vegas park, but it's real shitty. Not like the build quality is shitty, but like the park has that shitty vibe. Like off the wall attractions, hasn't been updated since like the 90s. It's prices are through the roof. I just kind of get that vibe from it. And it kind of reminded me of a few parks that I've been to. Mainly Camden Park in Huntington, West Virginia, that has that vibe a little bit. And I was like, I feel like that'd be fun to do. It's not super complicated. I don't think it would take too long to do. It's something that I don't normally build. Dialing that back, doing something old, but still putting in detail. I want to put in as much detail as I can. I want to scale these pieces down and make a custom fence, that kind of thing, because I realized that I don't do that a lot. A lot of my fellow creators in the community will do that. They'll create custom fences, they'll scale pieces down and all that, but me personally, I'm more of a conservative builder, so I try to keep my piece count down for FPS reasons and stuff like that. I want as many people to enjoy my projects as they can. So if there's a fence in the game that is mostly accurate to what I want, then I'll just use that. I'll modify it a little bit, maybe I'll add a piece or two. But if it looks good, then it looks good. I'll just use that. That's fine. So in this project, I kind of want to strive away from that. I want to do a lot more custom things, and you'll kind of see that for what I've built so far. So right here we have Phantom Park. This is the sign. Sneak peek. Don't look at that. Obviously, this is very much inspired by the Camden Park sign. If you have seen the Camden Park sign, then I'm sure you realize that right off the bat. You have your little mascot here. You have the little sign, and then it has that googie feel. It has that 1960s kind of feel, which is really what I want the main architecture of this park to be. I want it to be googie. I want it to be 1960s. I want it to be run down. Oh, my phone is going off. Ignore that. It is not done. I have not done the backside. So I don't know if I'm going to bring the character over. Don't have a name for this character yet. Maybe I will later in the video, but I don't have anything yet. I kind of just looked up a reference photo of like a cartoon, like mascot or something like that. Found some clip art and I was like, hey, this is pretty good. I'll try to replicate something similar to that. And I came up with this like fox thing. I'm not super happy with the face here, but it is what it is. I might come back and redo it. If you're interested in what this mostly is, it's mostly panels. I recently found out that panels are really good at creating that like 60s vibe. And then we just have some signs down here. Again, very similar to the Camden Park sign. And then you have your main Phantom Park sign. We have a road here. This takes place in America. This is an American theme park, so you have your lanes here that are driving by. And I'm looking at this now, and I need to do some work on this. Which I will do. I will do some work on this. You know, I just took a second. I just took a second to look at the road because I thought, you know, something is off. And I put the cars on the wrong side. I was not planning on keeping the cars. I just wanted them here for the intro. But I have them on the left side, not the right side. Oh, okay, that's my bad. Okay. Anyways, similar to Mineral, I kind of want to do more work down here. I want to probably gonna add some mountains, you know, maybe some hills. Same thing around this area, but I kind of want to build it up. I want to have some like restaurants, that kind of stuff, because I want this to feel lived in. So yeah, this is the parking lot. Haven't done much with it. Again, this is literally like 2 days worth of work. So this is the first update. Not really much going on here. There'll be more in the next update later on in the video. But this is the parking lot. I got this idea from looking at Google Photos, or Google Earth photos of the Camden Park parking lot. It's very run down. The asphalt is very, like, discolored is the word I'm looking for. But the actual parking spots here are pretty well preserved. I'm assuming that's because, you know, cars are parked on them, so they're covered in shade most of the time. So I kind of want to keep that feel. Now, I don't know if I'm going to come in here and add some, like, weeds, you know, maybe add some, like, dead bushes that are growing up in between these, like, little curved pieces here. I might do that. I thought about that. Kind of give it the like, less taken care of feel of it. And these lampposts, they don't really do much at night. Oh, wrong thing. They don't really do much at night. So I'm probably gonna come in and change these later. Yeah, they don't really produce that much light. But it is what it is right now. But if we go back in here, this is the main front entrance. Just ignore that. This is the main front entrance. This is what I've mostly worked on. If I can find the reference photo, I'll put it up here. But this is the main entrance of the park. I made turnstiles. I thought this was a really neat idea. Again, saw it in Mineral's video. I don't think Mineral created them. I think he took them from another creator. I don't remember the creator's name off the top of my head. But if I do, I'll put it somewhere on the screen here. But I want to give it that rundown feel. So, of course, we have this googie architecture. And some of the balls are missing. Some of them are, you know, bent. They're not always straight. And it kind of just continues all the way around. The original color scheme of this was a lot brighter. But I felt like that looked too new. So I toned it down a little bit. And this is what we have now. I really like this. I kind of like how this is right now. Another cool detail that I stole. A lot of this park is very much inspired by Mineral's first 2 episodes. The entire park is not going to be a Mineral cliche, I promise. But he just has really good ideas, and I love them. But are these speakers? These speakers I love. I love the idea of them. He's not the first person that I saw use the gutter pieces like this. But the first person was actually Starry Agent in the Channel 5 community. But they're just made out of gutter pieces. You know, you got this gutter piece, you got that gutter piece. Got the end caps, and then this is actually a signpost. This is a signpost. Actually, most of this is signpost. And yeah, because I mean, think about it, right? Older parks aren't gonna have these, you know, really high-tech speakers. You know, they're not gonna have something like this or this. You know, this is more of our modern parks, so they're still gonna have these old speakers that are real crackly, kind of hard to hear. Think of like going through a cookout drive-through if you've ever been through those. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna litter these around. I also put them here. This is our guest service building. Again, it's another reference photo that I took from Mineral. This building particularly is actually what inspired that series, his series, Silver Sands. It's based on a motel. I don't know where it's at, but it's based on a motel called the Silver Sands. Here, I just turned it into a little guest service building. I am not as good as a builder as Mineral, so I'm not gonna lie. This roof is not the best. Do not look from it above. Just keep at eye level, and it is fine. It's okay. It's passable. Yeah, we have the speakers here. I didn't do much detailing in the inside. Haven't really done much. Probably gonna come in here and spruce it up a little bit, but it's just a general information booth. Guest services sign. If you're interested in this building technique, just brick walls. Just brick walls, scaled down and then painted. Again, took that from Mineral. And then this, I don't see many people doing this, but we don't have good end caps on Planet Coaster 2 yet. We don't really have good end caps. So, this is just an umbrella. This is just an umbrella. And it works well, honestly. It gives a good pitched roof vibe. To the building. Unfortunately, you're pretty much going to have this unless you go with another umbrella, but I didn't really like the textures on the... Where are they at? I know they're in here somewhere. I didn't really like some of the textures on these. I debated using this one, but it was kind of like the same vibe. Actually... Yeah, no, okay. I know why I didn't use that one. It didn't have the angle. It didn't have the angle I was looking for. It had the circular that I was looking for, but it didn't have the angle. I think I'll just keep this for now. If I can come up with a better technique, then I'll definitely replace it. Again, this building is not complete. I have not finished the roof. There's going to be no interior. It is just going to be this little building. Of course, I'll add a little service door here. This is a little restroom area. Real simple. Honestly, real simple. I need to color these doors. I keep forgetting to do that. Female, male side. Yeah, that's about it for here. Got some benches. And then, again, this is why I was talking about the panels. I love these panels. These panels are really good trim. I mean, just look how it brings this out. It just looks so nice. I love it. I love it. And then you have the lights on the other side. I also really love this design. I was really chuffed with this. This is just a star decal, and then some coaster supports. I also got this from a motel. If I can find the picture, I'll put it up here. Found it somewhere on Pinterest. I didn't save it. I just kind of looked up Googie architecture and then found one. Obviously, these buildings are not done. None of this is done. This ride right here is temporary. Kind of just needed something to fill the space. I wanted the vibe. I kind of wanted to see what a ride here would look like with my guest view. That kind of thing. I like it here. I just don't know if it's going to be this ride. Only reason why I don't know if it's going to be the zipper is because Mineral has the zipper at the front of this park, and I don't, as much as I'm using Mineral as kind of like the kicking off point and the inspiration for this park a little bit, I don't want to copy him one for one. So if I can find another ride that is better here, like I have some rides here that I'm definitely going to use in the park. If I can find another ride here, then I'll definitely replace it. But yeah, it's kind of just chilling here, just for It's for sightline's sakes. But yeah. Anyways, I'll see you in the next update. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more. Not too much. Still need a little content. But hopefully we'll have a little bit more. See you shortly. Alright. Welcome back. So, I did a little bit in the second update. I did a little bit more. We started out, it was just this little section, the car park, and then the sign, and then the road. I got rid of the cars because I listened to the video, the first part of the video, and it was kind of hard to hear me. So, because of the cars, so I just got rid of them. But to give you guys a little update, we're gonna go through, see what I've worked on. So I have not done anything with the sign. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the sign. I'm not sure. Like, I'm still not sure. I think I might just leave it blank. I might have the Phantom Park sign here and then have like another sign that says rides and more or something. But I'd have to recreate this character, because if I were to flip it,
battery low.
It doesn't look as clean. It looks like he has 4 arms, and that's just not fun. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it as is. But this is where a lot of the work went into detailing. So I put a picture of what it originally looked like in the Bro Nation Discord. Got some advice. And basically what I got was I needed to saturate the colors a lot more. I needed to just give it some more disrepair, to make it feel worn down a little bit. Because looking back on it, yeah, it did look a little newer. So I added some decals, added some dirt, some grime, some cracks. I was thinking about having some of these signs, like having one of these signs falling off like that, but I feel like that just gives it a abandoned vibe. I don't want the park to feel abandoned. I just wanted it to feel old. Not really kept up, not abandoned. So I think one of the coolest details is a lot of these stars are rotated, they're turned, they're not straight, not all of them are straight. If you come over here, this star fell, and it's now under there. Added some lights. Haven't really done any nighttime lighting, but I did add some lights here. So if we go to daytime, or nighttime, sorry, you'll see. Have some lights. This light also flickers to, again, give it kind of a worn down vibe. Haven't really done much work on the guest service building. I added some gutters along here. Oh, why? Oh, it's white. Okay. I was like, why is it like that? You should not be great. But yeah, haven't really done anything with this building other than add some grime, added the gutters. I changed the doors here, so now it's representative of what side. We go through here. If we look over here, biggest change is I replaced the zipper with a Ferris wheel. I felt like it was too much of a nod to Mineral, so I wanted to find something that fit this plot of land relatively well, and also gave that draw factor. And I feel like a Ferris wheel does that pretty well. You know, it's pretty high up. It gives a good view of the park. And if you're driving down this road, you're gonna see that Ferris wheel. That's gonna be one of the first things you see. And then you'll see the sign and want to pull on in. Have not done custom fencing. I'm gonna do custom fencing here. I was thinking about making this invisible. I don't know if I'm able to. Haven't tried it out yet. It's really loud, so I'm gonna pause. I was thinking about making this invisible. I don't know if I can, but I'm gonna try. And then we have just this little queue. A lot of these older parks don't have large queues, so I don't think I'm gonna do more than this, unless it's like a coaster or like a big thrill ride. But something like this, it's just gonna do this. It's gonna be one line, maybe a switchback, if they're lucky. Again, chink to doors over here. That's about it for the restrooms. I have done nothing else with it. Added a gutter here. That's about it. This right here, this is going to be a game section. So I kind of want to add games, whether they be like the throwing the ball games or like arcade games. Don't know. I'm gonna figure that out. I think one of these might be probably gonna be this section right here. Might be like an arcade shooter. I feel like that'd be fun to do with the movers. You can have the like little people or like little things running around. But yeah, just little simple stuff. Same thing with this section. This is gonna be a little arcade thing. I was thinking this is gonna be like one of those toss a ball into the basket kind of games. Just a way to make extra money. Got a mulch bed. Gonna put some trees there. Another mulch bed. Gonna put some trees there as well. This is our main gift shop. This is actually based off of the Carousel Museum at Knoebels, I want to say. I think that's correct. The roof is a lot higher on the Knoebels one. Not sure if I'm gonna make it go up higher. I kind of like how it is, so I might just make it flat. I might put a spire or something here, but I think I'm just gonna make this flat. It looks good down here. It's fine. It's fine. Little doorway. There are no gift shops in here, but I will put some gift shops in here. I'll probably detail it. I don't think I'm gonna use the plain ones. Like I said, I'm gonna use a lot of detail for this project. So I'll probably put some stuff here. We have a seating area. Real simple. I didn't want to go overboard. A lot of the smaller buildings are older buildings, like maybe the buildings that were here when the park was first made, like in the early 1900s or so. They're going to be the wooden structures. I don't want to go over the top with them. So that's all this is. On the other hand, we have our quote-unquote modern buildings, which is our Googie architecture. So I added this. We have Starport Shakes, which a lot of these are... I did not make these. None of the kitchen stuff I made. I got this off of the workshop. I'll put the workshop link in the description for who made it, because it's like a mixture of people, and I can't remember the names off the top of my head. We got a little pizza place here, Gino's Pizza. Shout out to Gino's Pizza. Gotta say, it's a pretty good pizza place. Anytime I go to anywhere near West Virginia, I gotta get some Gino's Pizza. So I put a little nod there, because this park, it doesn't have a setting per se. Like, I'm not saying it is in this state, in this county or whatever. It's definitely an American park, but you know, it gives off that shitty theme park vibe. So I thought I'd put Gino's Pizza in here, because they have some good pizza, and it's near Camden Park, so why not? Wookie Burgers. Shout out to Wookie, Channel 5 Gaming. Real simple, cheap beef stand, nothing really much. Cool detail that I like, that I don't see many people use. These metal fences are really good shutters for, you know, quick service restaurants. A lot of times if you go to like a ballpark or, you know, like a football stand, you'll have these quick service restaurants. outside, and they don't have like proper shutters. They just have these, and then they go down to like about here, and that's all you need. That's all you need. So I thought I'd add these. They're at different heights. So yeah. Next up, Starport Shakes, another Channel 5 shout out, and then we have the sign over here as well. The building for this was based off of a car wash. It was based off of a car wash. If I can put the picture here, I'll put it here. I'll put it on screen. But I like how it turned out. Nothing out of the norm. It just kind of fits the vibe. It's real dirty and grimy down here. If you're wondering how I did this trick, it is a roof trim colored with nets. It's a grid fence. That's all it is. And it gives off a good counter, like tiling. And then I also have a panel wall here to kind of just flesh out the backside. But yeah, it gives a good counter feel. This section is a little wonky. I need to redo it a little bit, but from afar, it's not too bad. More of the speakers. Nothing to say there. Then we have our little condiment section. We got napkins, we got trays, ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard, you know, the whole ordeal. We got our carousel. And then this is the plot of land for a future ride. I'm not gonna say what that ride is. I built it. I have it saved, but you'll have to wait until I put it in. So yeah, that's kind of it for this section of the update. It was kind of quick and dirty, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of it is just building this section out, doing a lot of the detail work, making it look dirty. So yeah, we'll complete this section. This is all I'm gonna do for this part as part of this episode. We'll complete this, and then yeah, episode 1 will be done. Look at that, it's coming along. Or would you look at that? It only took 2 updates and I finally added a roller coaster to the sign. And of course, my headphones died right as I started recording, and my phone is going. How lovely. What a beautiful start for this recording. Yeah, so I finished the back of the sign. I didn't do much, although you can get a little sneak peek there of the new and improved Phantom Park sign. I didn't leave it as is. I just copy and pasted the rides, picnics, and all for fun. I just realized it's backwards. It should be fun for all. But you know, I might keep that. Might keep that for the fun of it. Yeah, I think it does the job. It's still eye-catching. If you're coming down this road, you'll see it. You'll see the giant mascot either way, so you'll want to pull in. But I added some hills before we get into the park. Did some terrain paint down the road here. Added some hills with some trees. Yeah, that's pretty much all I did for the outside. I still plan on going down this little road, adding little businesses, maybe some more roadside attractions, that kind of stuff. But the main draw is going to be Phantom Park, obviously. So, I'm going to pause it because of the music. But I went ahead and I added these little lights to the little tie and the sleeves of our little mascot, which I do not have a name for yet. So if you have a name for him, please tell me in the comments below. And honestly, I like it. It pops at night. I didn't add lighting anywhere else on the sign. The original Camden Park sign doesn't have that, but I think it's still pops. It has lighting on the shoes,
But I kind of like it. I kind of like it with just it being, it draws to the eyes. There we go. I don't like how the lighting doesn't activate if you don't hit play. It's really weird. But here we have some more lighting on the rides, picnic, and fun for all sign. And then, yeah, here's the new and improved Phantom Park sign. Literally all I did was I just put... Nope, I did not mean to fast forward. Don't do that to me, game. I just put this coaster attachment Chopper Light 3 on it. And then I just sunk it in a little bit. Honestly, these are not scaled either. These are just as is. Which is honestly kind of amazing. Yeah, it's kind of amazing that they work so well for these types of lights. I just realized these are red. They're supposed to be white. Yeah, no, this honestly works perfect. Like, this is the vibe of Phantom Park. Old, with these old style lights on this googie architecture with the googie signs. Like, chef's kiss. Beautiful. Yeah, that's the Phantom Park sign. I'm pretty happy with it. I might go back, do some more with it. Might add those little lights to the roller coaster part here, because I feel like they would have that. So I might go back and redo that. But even if I don't, I'm happy with this. I'm pretty chuffed with that. But if you come in here, I added some cars. That's all I've got. I did not make these cars. These cars were made by, I think the name is CMW Car Works? Something like that. Their name and the workshop link / code, whatever, will be in the description. These are like really good car models. I could never come up with anything better than this. So I was like, why not just use it? Favorite detail is this little Jeep. He cannot park. He's a terrible parker. Not only is he taking up 2 spaces here, but he's also parking on the little curb median thingy. I just love that. That was cute. I had to point that out. We got a little bus here. Yeah, nothing has changed. Nothing changed with the front, other than I added some trees. That's about it. If we go inside... Actually, hold on. Before we go inside, take a listen. We have music. So I actually have the music coming from the speakers now. So I hid... I'm gonna pause it again. I hid... Where is it at? There it is. I hid one of the ambient speakers. Now you can't rescale the speakers for some reason. You can rescale some lights, but not the speakers. I find that a little weird. But the ambient speakers are the smallest speakers. So I put those where the fake speakers are, and just hid them in the walls. So we come through here, and welcome to Phantom Park. Yeah, I'm really happy with this Main Street area. It is both open and compact at the same time. You have the carousel playing the carousel music, while also you have this music, and it's a big clash. It's a big clash. I was kind of debating of having the pop playlist instead of the classic orchestra playlist, but I feel like the pop playlist, while it would fit with the what the park would do, because I feel like a park like this would just be blasting radio music 24/7. I feel like that kind of ruins the vibe of the park, so I just went with the classic music. Yeah, you come in, you have picnic tables, which I thought of this while I was at work. I really like this idea of using the umbrellas from the new update to where, like, the umbrellas that they have in the gift shops, and just scaling it all the way up. It makes it look like it's a folded up umbrella, and it just works super well. It adds a bit of charm to this area. You'll notice the path is also a little bit darker. It's a little bit more disheveled. Added some cracks here. the path is also slightly at a slant. It kind of flows in this direction. So I added a bunch of drains all around here. If we go into Phantom Gifts, which I added a roof, we go in. Here's the gift shop. Real simple. I made some custom shelves for like a Western park, or a part of a park that I'm making that is Western themed. But I feel like it also works as generic as well. Pretty much the only Western part that I had was there was like a cow skull up here, and I just removed it, and it's honestly fine. Like it looks fine. Surprisingly though, I hit the limit for the amount of stuff you could have in a gift shop, which was surprising. I didn't realize there was a limit, so I had to add two. I had to add 2 gift shops. So half of the shop is for this guy, and then half of this shop is for this girl. But yeah, people come in here, they buy stuff, and yeah, it's a gift shop. I added barriers here so people are not going to walk through here, because this is all fake walls. Not that the guests abide by normal walls anyways, but I put some barriers here. And there's going to be path along this side here, all the way down there. That's why you have the little grass patch or dirt patch, whatever we have right there. So yeah, that's the gift shop. Nothing changed with the quick service restaurants. All the pricing and names are the same. One thing I would like to mention is that with Geno's, I made the prices more. I made it more expensive than our in-park brands, because, you know, it's a license. It's a licensed brand, so they're obviously going to charge a little bit more. Now, I would say $3 for like a soda, it's still really expensive. I don't care who you are. $3.50 for a soda is super expensive. But you know, I hopefully Geno's is giving us big pizzas. Pizzas. I mean, it looks like they are, but who knows? Who knows? I changed the carousel colors. That's all I did with the carousel. I also added carousel music. Pretty self-explanatory. The queue was a pain, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like this queue. I wish it was real easy to make queues that go around in a circle, but it's not. I know there's a trick that Taggy posted, but I had already made this when I saw that, so I was like, I don't feel like redoing it, so I just kept it. And you know what? It fits with the somewhat crappy vibe of the park. So yeah, it's just kind of plopped down here. There's nothing here. There's a little queue and a carousel. That's all you get. We come over here. Nothing changed with the staff room nor the bathrooms. Added the lights all the way around though, with some benches. Same thing over here. Added some benches. Cool detail that I like is that the texture from outside the park continues over here. Like maybe this was originally where the fence was and the bathrooms were there, but for some reason, you know, they decided to get cheap and they cut it off this way. I feel like that's something the park would do. Also, why is this lady like airballing right now? She's like 3-pointer right now. Look at her. She's look at her go. She is real happy. Oh damn, they're lost. They can't figure out how to buy a ticket, I guess. Sucks for them. They should have paid the $32.50 to get into the park. We have the carousel. Woo! The Ferris wheel. I did custom fencing. I also expanded the queue line because every time I had guests in the park, the queue would like spill out here and it looked ugly. But I expanded it. I made it real compact. I also used custom fencing. Well, I say custom, but you know what I mean. So, why are they all like this? Is it because of the barriers? I have barriers here, and I noticed I had barriers over here at one point, and the guest, like, freaked out. But I wonder if that's what it's called. I might have to investigate that a little further. I'm actually gonna cry if I can't stop guests from walking into there. I don't like that. I don't like that, but it's whatever. I can face through the fence though, because I'm a ghost. Speaking of being a ghost, I don't know where that segue was going. Here we have our games. I did all the midway games. I'm really happy with these. These look super nice. They are everything that I wanted them to be, and they're a little bit more because I love the little lighting. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I didn't add lighting here, but I do have lighting on that inside portion. Oh, I tabbed out over here. That's not fun. I added lighting underneath over here, and it has that like yellowish glow. It's kind of harsh but warm at the same time, and it's just it fits so perfectly. I love it. Same thing with the bathrooms, and then same thing over here. Oh well, not this side. This side needs to be fixed, but this side has that yellowish glow. It's I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. You'll notice the nighttime lighting is very dull. That's not just because I have it paused. It's very dull. For some reason, Planet Coaster 2's lighting actually sucks if you're not playing with the global on, which I can't. I don't have the hardware to do it on. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might have to hide area lights around here, which would honestly suck, because it kind of sucks that I have to do that. I feel like the light should just protrude out, especially with these light posts. Regardless, though, we got our midway game. It's the toss a ball. Real simple. It's literally just a basket with some heart shapes, and that's it. That's all it is. But here's the real star of the show. We have Knock 'em Down, which I'm gonna put it back for now. We'll look at it we'll look at it at night, but for now I want to look at it today. We got Knock 'em Down. Simple toss a ball games. These are just art shapes. Just art shaped balls. You just throw them, knock them down, and you get a prize. You get a plushie. Got our little employee gear there. Go over. This is also, I'm really proud of this. I'm a little iffy on the movement. I wish we had a pause feature. I wish I could choose where it stopped, but unfortunately I can't. But we have shoot 'em down. And you got the little things moving back and forth. I love the little guns here. I think the guns are really cute. You also have little card readers underneath them, or like either card or like paper bill takers, where they pay that way. We got the lights, or the target sensors. It's just really cute. I love this idea of a game like this in a park like this. I feel like the park would have something like this, and maybe when it first got at it, it was more ambitious with like more moving parts. But as the years got on, you know, it just got more decayed and just so on. It just looks terrible now. It's a shell of its former self, one might say. Next, we got Splash. Simple target water shooty game. You make the plushies go up, and then you can win the plushie. Yeah, that's about it. Nothing to say here. And then we have basketball game. Nothing to say here. This is real quick and dirty. Although I need to fix the lights. I'm just not realizing the lights are clipping through the little nets. But I really like these basketballs. They're just beach balls that I colored. This game's called 3-Pointer. And then we have the little plushies. But yeah, we got more benches and the Ferris wheel. I love this view. I think this is probably my favorite view of the park, other than the one with the sign. This just looks, it looks lived in, if you know what I mean. Like, I feel like I've been here. I feel like I've sat here and like played a game or like watched a little kid get scammed out of his money because he can't make a 3-pointer or something like that. You know, I just get that feeling from this park. Like I can smell the money being drained from people's pockets. One other detail, if we come back here, it's just a backstage area, nothing much. Yeah, added some trash cans, some plushies. There's an employee break area back there so that the workers that are working over in the quick service restaurant and the gift shop have somewhere to go. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this episode of Phantom Park. I hope you liked this episode. I'm not really used to doing something like this. I'm more of a behind the scenes kind of guy. Kind of just create, mostly edit for friends, and then, you know, I make stuff in Planet Coaster, put it out there. I let other people enjoy it. So it's kind of odd now having to talk over my stuff, find things to say. But I hope you enjoyed this so far. Hopefully I'll have more. I have plans in the future. I know what I'm gonna put here. It's pretty one might say it's a real star, if you will. It's a real jumbo star. And then I have a feeling of what I want to put here. I was thinking of maybe like a wooden roller coaster. Like I mentioned earlier, I think it was in the first half. I have a wooden roller coaster that I made that I'm not really sure where I'm gonna put it. But I tested it out and it fits nicely along here, and it's eye-catching. Like it would be really eye-catching from just standing here. But also I want to do another wooden coaster, kind of like Jackrabbit, around this section. That's why it's raised up, so I can do terrain work and have it like go down hills and stuff like that. But yeah, that is Phantom Park. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I'm gonna quit talking for now, and yeah, I hope I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.